Gregory, your friends are worried about you. Your friends are worried about you. Your friends are worried about you. Your friends are worried about
you. Security Breach, the game that's coming out sometime soon-ish. It's coming out this year. I think it'll be relatively soon. I could even see us getting it next month, honestly. I'm not very impatient. I think we're definitely going to get it soon. But as it's approaching and as the development is longer than any other game we've had so far since it was first revealed, which was, by the way, back like mid-2019, so it's almost been 2 years since its reveal alone, I think we all need a bit of a recap on what we actually do know about the game so far. I've seen a ton of theories going around, and I also have seen a lot of people who are really just coming back to the fanbase, or even just joining it now, and they really don't know where this game came from. They maybe have seen the trailer in the PlayStation live streams, and nothing else, and they don't know where it came from, and so I think this video could serve as a really helpful reminder for, where this game came from, and what it means, what we know about it already. Basically, this is just going to be a quick recap of everything we know about the game so far. But first,
only a small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed. If you want to see more, consider subscribing.
It's free and you can always unsubscribe later. So yeah, it was first revealed on August 8th, 2019, which was actually the 5th anniversary of the series, and it was pretty confusing. I mean, we saw two animatronics we thought we recognized. One of them looked like Foxy, the other looked like Freddy, and some others who we didn't quite. And that was really all we got. We got some silhouettes, and we got a new kind of 80s looking thing, which obviously led us to think that it took place in the 80s, which is definitely not the case. We know that now. And it was originally set to release in 2020 because the game was actually originally meant to be a lot smaller than it ended up being. In the source code, there was a hidden conversation found that felt very reminiscent of what we saw in FNAF VR, featuring Vanny and Glitchtrap and their whole conversation there. Although there it was only one-sided, here we actually get to see what Glitchtrap says in response. At least we think it's Glitchtrap. I guess we still haven't really gotten any solid confirmation on that, but we're pretty certain. We got some other teasers, and all of them kind of featured these same silhouettes, and so we still didn't really know anything about this game, and that went on for a few months, and people were really eager to see more. I mean, after all, we were kind of still used to games coming out in a month or two even. I mean, probably the shortest time we've had is roughly 3-4 months between games, so I mean, we were really excited to actually see this thing, and it was taking longer than we expected. And by that I mean it was taking about exactly as long as normal games take to release, so I guess just the fact that these were silhouettes led some people to be impatient. But there was something very interesting that confirmed Vanny was going to be in this game, who we still, I believe, didn't even know the name of. One of the teasers was updated to feature a little silhouette of her in the corner, which is such a cool idea. I love that it was updated to have that, just a very sneaky move. And this very same teaser actually revealed what these animatronics are, the Glam Rocks, in the file name of the image. Yes, no longer are we just having to brighten up images, now we also have to look at the actual file names and in the source code of the website, and scour the background of the images daily to see if anything has changed since the last time we checked. Just lots that we have to do now. I wish we could just brighten things up and find secrets. Now it's a lot more complicated, though. What happened next was really interesting. See, we got some leaks from Funko, the main company that makes merch for the series. We got a bunch of leaks revealing the names of these characters, the actual designs of these characters, in action figure form, albeit. We got a calendar leak on Amazon that revealed a better look at their designs. At the time, Scott said that they weren't final, but I mean, they look pretty final, looking back at it now, so, I think he just kind of said that to make us still, expect something different, something to change, and not just be kind of bummed out that the way we found out what these characters look like was because of merch, action figures, and the calendar. I mean, that's pretty lame. Their designs did not change all that much to the final thing that we have now, but I think he said that just to kind of make us, hope for something more. It is incredible how many leaks we got, and there was actually some theories going on for a while that these leaks were intentional. I mean, the game is called Security Breach, right? Maybe these leaks are a form of security breach to kind of market the game, but that's not the case. Especially considering Scott's response to this whole thing. A lot of fans were upset about this, and so was Scott. And I mean, rightfully so. He should be able to reveal things how he wants. I mean, we had gotten very little announcements about the game, and people were itchy to hear things, myself included. But, I mean, he should be able to reveal things how he wants, and even if I was excited to see some of these leaks, they shouldn't have happened, because he has the right to show us these things. Not Funko, not just at their own whim, and I'm sure it was a mistake, an accident, but it happened enough times that it was just kind of crazy. We got a few more teasers featuring the logo, Vanessa, the security guard. We didn't know her name back then. Now we know it's Vanessa. Very close to Vanny, so I'm very confused as to what that means. Still don't have much of an answer for that, but apparently their names are very similar, leading some people to think that they are one and the same, which maybe I could see that being the case. I'm just not sure how. We'll get into all of that in a second. And of course we also got a teaser with Vanny immediately after, kinda again hinting that these two have some sort of connection. And finally we got our first trailer. This was late last year in 2020. We got our first look. And it wasn't much, right? Some people were disappointed with how little we got. But I still liked it. I mean, we got some cool shots of the actual place in this game, which is really neat. We got a jump scare. We got some voices. It was pretty neat. It was pretty cool. And then we got another one. One that was basically exactly the same, only no jump scare. Some establishing shots we'd already seen, and nothing really new. And that was kind of a bummer. There was a lot of backlash. And Scott confirmed that yes, we are getting another good, cool, really cool trailer later on, which we did. And I'll get to that in a second, but I would like to talk about the action figures we got. Not really action figures, more of the statues. See, again, we got a little look at some merch, literally months before the game is released again. It's weird to think that some of the merch for this game was out literally, like, I mean, it could end up being a full year before the game is actually released, which is just a weird thing to think about. It's clear that they didn't know how big this game was going to be, and they just kind of had dates for merch that didn't end up being nearly close to the time of the game's release. But these statues are really interesting because this is where we found out about Vanessa and Vanny and how similar their names are and how weird that is. I mean, we've had characters with the same name before, but they were never, like, in the same little statue on the same box. Maybe, you know, in the games we had a character named Mike, and in the books there was a character named Mike, and they were different. They were different characters, but we've never had it where it's literally in the same toy you have two characters who have almost identical names, and we've never actually seen the face of one of them. That's very suspicious. I don't know if that's going to actually be a mechanic of this game. I think it probably will. I think it's going to be a sort of Jekyll and Hyde scenario where Vanessa is good sometimes and bad sometimes. I could totally see that happening. And finally, we got a real trailer with gameplay. Our first real look at gameplay here, and it looks cool. It's clear that some things are unfinished still. Some rooms look just a bit empty, some of the lighting is a bit off, but overall it looks really cool. We get a look at some more animatronics, we get a look at some more places around this place, some hints at gameplay. There could be a shocker involved in this game, sort of like FNAF AR. It looks like you can carry the map on your hand on a watch. There's some really cool stuff revealed here, and again we get a cool song in the background as well, which is just, it's great. The fan base loves it already. It's actually a remix of a song from Sister Location, but that's not important. And Scott confirmed that it's actually coming out later this year. So I'm thinking, given what we know about this game so far, it looks like it's almost done. I think we could even see it next month. The reason I think that is because FNAF VR actually came out, I believe, May 17. We're approaching that date rapidly. It's like a month and a half away. I think we could see a trailer with a release date, which, by the way, there's going to be a new conference coming, I think it's April 17th, with apparently a 40-minute segment dedicated to Security Breach. They could totally slip a release date in there. But yeah, we also got some more screenshots in a live stream with Dawko. which revealed some very broken down version of Glam Rock Chica. Some really interesting hints there, nothing too crazy. But yeah, I mean, that's all we know about Security Breach so far. We have some hints about the story, we have some hints about the gameplay, we've had some trailers, some teasers. It looks like things are about ready to drop, and I'm really excited to see where this game leads. There's been a lot of development leading up to the release, considering it's the biggest game in the franchise so far, and I really can't wait to see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. That's it. Bye-bye.